I'm Seth Robins. I'm from Rexburg, Idaho, and I'm married to Carol, and we have 6 kids, all of them boys except 5 of them. And I am a professor at BYU Idaho, and it was a couple of years ago that I first heard of Cumorah Academy from one of my colleagues. She had been a mentor here and raved about her experience, and then I've had like 2 more colleagues who have been, one of the senior residents here or have been a mentor, and they also raved about their experience. And when I first spoke with Ian and Cami Stats about helping with some of the English content and curriculum here, it was at that time that Ian said, hey, would you like to be a mentor here? And I jumped at the opportunity because the missions of BYU Idaho and Cumorah Academy are so similar. It's really developing disciple leaders, of Christ. And that's something I wholly believe in and wanted to experience that same type of sentiment, but in this new location with these students, because there's a lot of energy that I've noticed with international students. And a lot of that energy comes because they have these goals and they're so earnest about their goals. So they bring a lot of passion to the learning environment, and they bring a lot of enthusiasm to the learning environment, and it becomes really infectious to be in that kind of a learning and teaching atmosphere. So for me, it hasn't disappointed. It's been a phenomenal experience so far, and I'm only day 2 into the experience. So I'm excited for the rest of this time together with the students here at Cumorah. For me, to be honest, it's not unlike a lot of what I do as a professor. I like to meet with students, and it's easier to connect with students and build, I think, a healthy teacher-student relationship if you know their names and you actually take some time to get to know them. And usually the students reciprocate that. The more that you show care towards them, the more that they'll reciprocate care and interest, not only in the subject that you're teaching, but also in what you might have to offer through your instruction. And so for me, I think that number one, I've just tried to memorize everyone's names, and then it becomes really fun and easy throughout the day to say, hey, how's it going? Or to sit down next to someone and they're surprised you know their name, but it makes for an easy conversation. And those conversations are actually really fulfilling, right? It's just a small contact point and a small but I think meaningful connection that you're making with students on a daily basis. And so when they come in to mentor, we've already established a little bit of a rapport from where they're from and a little bit about them. So it's nice because then we can really get into some of the things that they want to discuss, some of the challenges they're facing or some of the aspirations they have and advice that you might have for them to fulfill those aspirations. So it's just been really fulfilling that way. And I just find a lot of energy, to be honest, through those connections with the students. They're probably not going to remember a lot of everything that I said or other people, and that's okay. They might remember this or that. But I think what's important is they remember how they feel. And especially if they've really felt the Spirit in their lives here, prompting them to draw closer to the Savior. And I think if there's anything I hope that they take away from here is that the Savior deeply is concerned with them and their happiness in life and wants to assist them in the things that are important to them, and will make more of their lives by working together than they could just by working by themselves. So if there's anything, I hope that's the thing they take away from here. I would say to students who might worry about their English level, if it's too low, or students who worry that they might not be smart enough to come here, and I would say just come anyway. Because your English is not good enough now, but that's the point of being at this place and be a student. You're not a student because you already know things, you're a student because you want to learn things and you want to gain skills. And so to come to this place, you're going to learn and you're going to gain those skills, but it's okay to not have them when you start, right? But what is okay is to come with a lot of, it's okay to have doubts, but also to have this faith that if you keep trying and you keep trying, you'll learn. And your English will get better and you will gain those skills. And these will be helpful for you later in your life, whether it's getting a job or in your family life or serving in the church. But if anything, I'd want any student to learn is you're a student for a reason, and that's to learn, not because you already know it.